Back on, ladies and gentlemen, and Pakistan has gone to polls today. So these are visuals that we get you from Pakistan, from Pak-occupied Kashmir, and also from Jammu and Kashmir, where the proxy war continues and the enemy continues to use its devious tactics. And this time, the dastardly attack where Amritpal Singh has now been shot dead, and that continues in Srinagar, an unfortunate turn of events last evening. But the middle pictures, this is Rawalkot in Pak-occupied Jammu Kashmir, where Jaish cadre are seen walking around, campaigning for polls there, with guns in their hand out there. So legitimizing, trying to mainstream these terrorist outfits is one big concern. But along with that, as Pakistan goes to polls, we are given to understand, and this is the information that we have, that around 90,675 polling stations were kept. Largely the claim is that voting went on peacefully, but the complaint is that there is only one particular party that's being facilitated. It's not the general elections, it's a general election, if you were to say, in the little part of it, because the deep state seems to be controlling how voting would go. Nearly 40 to 45% voter turnout, but PTI and PPP cadre are saying their candidates were not allowed inside the polling stations, their voters were not allowed to go, cellular services have been disrupted altogether, independent candidates fielded by the PTI, they are saying they weren't even allowed to witness the ballot process. Accredited media journalists have not been allowed to enter polling booths. So that's what's going on. Sushant Sareen with us. We'll have Kamar Chima joining us from Pakistan in a bit. Dr. Ranganathan stays on. Sushant ji, so are the decks literally being cleared for Nawaz Sharif to come back? And does that change a thing for us?
No, it changes nothing for us. I think we need to be very clear on that. Incidentally, that wasn't an election rally in Rawalkot. That was, Pakistan's annual itch on 5th of February every year when they celebrate something they call the Kashmir Solidarity Day. And it's on that all these terrorist groups, which have been internationally proscribed, were, parading openly without any let or hindrance from any state authorities. So much for FATF.
Beg your pardon, that was not an election rally. I was on. It was my fault. Sorry. Our input also says that this was a rally that was taken in Rawalkot city. Thank you, Sushant ji.
But I think it's just as important to underscore the fact that there are a number of terrorists who are also fighting these elections and have been allowed to fight these elections when a bona fide political party has been virtually dismantled, but these terrorist groups and their parties have fought elections. They might not win too many seats, but the fact that they've been in the electoral fray is troublesome enough. Now, having said that, I think you're quite right that it's a general's selection which is happening, not a general election. And the fact of the matter remains, we are not entirely sure how much of the seats Nawaz Sharif will actually get. Will he manage to get a simple majority on his own? Will he not? Because the very, very initial results which seem to be coming out suggest that the PTI guys have been, all of whom are fighting as independents, seem to have put up a good fight. But apparently the turnout was very low, which means that maybe a lot of people haven't come out and voted. And if the turnout, we'll have to see what the final figures are. Pakistan's election commission is like somebody tweeted today, it has virtually nothing to do with the elections anymore. There's no data coming from them. There is no information coming from them. But the fact is that if the turnout is very low, then it means a kind of a no confidence as far as the democratic process is concerned, that nobody really trusts this process, that, people have voted with their feet. If the turnout turns out to be high, which I have my doubts, although, officially you could say that the turnout will be high because they probably stuff the ballot boxes late in the night. That's the normal modus operandi in Pakistan. And then they could come out in the morning with, these very fancy turnout figures. But if the turnout is very high and it's genuine, then we could see some kind of upsets also taking place. But I think it's still early days yet. Maybe the position will become clear by tomorrow morning. Because whatever shenanigans that the military has to do in stuffing the ballot boxes or changing the results, that happens at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
But if you're seeing something where you're saying general selection, that's a nice coinage that you've made, Sushantji, on the one hand, and then what you said happened on the 5th of February. The inputs say that Mufti Masood Ilyas was there with the Jaish Kader walking around in that rally with the toting guns, etc. But Dr. Ranganathan, the FATF has been told by Pakistan that humne sab saaf kar diya. We've stopped everything. We are very good boys.
Anand, I'll be very brief because I don't want to get into the way of an epic confrontation that lies in wait for us. It's taken 6 years, but finally we have Batman confronting Joker. I think Mr. Chima comes along and we'll have Sushant Paji head to head. And what happened last time they were together. So this is promising to be a fantastic debate. But I'll just say this. I'm perhaps the only time, Anand, I'm prepared to believe in Batman is when I see the kind of neighbor we have in Pakistan. कुछ तो गलत किया होगा हमने पिछले जन्म में जो हमें ऐसा neighbor मिला. The entire edifice of this nation is founded upon hatred for Hinduism and of India. From the Jinnah, the man who ate pork and drank alcohol, to Imran, the man who rubbed dal makhani on his chest to attract the female of the species, to the army puppet now. Pakistan has been run by scheming charlatans filled with supremacist notions of religious brotherhood and hatred for India. And the hatred became acute when Pakistan broke into two of its own internal stress. A nation that was based on religion could not keep itself together to even celebrate its silver jubilee. What more proof does one need that Pakistan is a rogue terror state when its sitting cabinet minister said on the floor of its, not parliament, but cave, and I quote, "Our big success in Pulwama is the success of Imran Khan's Pakistan. It is your success. It is our success," unquote. The rampant killings of Baluchs, of Kashmiris in POK, the hounding and murder of thousands of Ahmadiyas, the bombing and killing of Shias and Sufis. Pakistan is a case study on how not to run a nation.
Anand.
Kamar Chima is there with us. Namaste.
Anand,
I hope you got the chance to vote, Professor Chima.
Yes, I got the chance to vote.
So that means, and your phone is working. So, but there are
Ye
claims
kaun
being
hai?
made, cellular services are down, voting नहीं करने दे रहे.
No,
Ye kaun hai?
the cellular services are down, in fact, but the Wi-Fi is working.
So, but you were able to vote. Now, yes, Sushantji wants to say something and then Kamar Chima will come to you.
I just wanted to join issue with my friend Anand Ranganathan when he says that हमने कुछ गलती की होगी कि हमारे को ऐसा पड़ोसी मिला. He doesn't look at the flip side of it. He should be thankful that they're not part of your country, that they're a separate country. Imagine what these guys would have done if they were a part of this country. So I think we should give Muhammad Ali Jinnah the Bharat Ratna for getting us rid of these guys and can make a glorious India. Despite
Chima is getting rattled now. Mr.
No, it's not about rattled, but the fact is that Pakistan has gone to elections. Are they free and fair? Or is it a general election or is it a general selection? Kamar Chima ji.
Well, in the presence of these pseudo Plato and Aristotle, I would just want to tell you that Pakistan.
Tu kaun hai?
Pakistan. Let me complete.
Okay, let him
me finish
speak
the argument. These fake Plato and Aristotle from India, who have been trying to educate their people as if they are the only intellectuals left in India to tell what's happening in Pakistan and what's going on in India. Let me tell you, we had a very good election, and we believe that 130 million voters, they did vote today, where 56 million voters were young people, and it seems that the voter turnout is high, and the people of Pakistan trust the system, although we have seen some issues. The election process has not been always trusted. Even the politicians don't trust the process, but at the end of the day, they are the people who trust and they go and vote. And I think that's the beauty of Pakistani election system.
So all is well. So Imran Khan and PTI sources are saying झूठ बोल रहे हैं.
Well, I won't say they are lying, but definitely there are always issues. For instance, in the morning when the entire internet services or the cellular services were shut down, there were some issues which started. But you can't say the process is sham because in reality there were some terrorist incidents in Balochistan just yesterday. So we have seen when there is a national activity or there is some national event in the country, the cellular services are always shut.
But wasn't the FATF told that there are no terrorists in Pakistan? You just
Well,
said
it is
there are
not just
terrorist
a question.
activity in Balochistan.
It is not just about the Indian propaganda of FATF. FATF has another